Hello everyone, happy Monday. It's Christine from Christine's Stamping Spot. Welcome back for another Mystery Monday Christmas video. So today we're going to take a look at this Leaves of Holly bundle. So this is the stamp set and these are the dies. So you get some really nice sort of label dies and then some layering holly leaves, which is great. And if you're wondering where to find this, you can find it here in the mini on pages, oh, I just lost it here. Sorry, I did have it marked. Oh, now it disappeared on me. Here we go. Pages 24 and 25. So we have some great samples here and some other pieces that go with the Boughs of Holly suite. So I'm going to show you quickly what this designer paper looks like as well, because we are going to be using just a snippet of that on our project today. So this is the paper. If you love poinsettias and holly, this is definitely a designer paper for you. It's 12 by 12, so you get 12 sheets, 2 each of 6 designs. So here we have some beautiful poinsettias. And these ones, which are more on a white background. We have beautiful trees here, like a forest of trees. And here we have some other holly with a few berries there, which is beautiful. And then we have a few smaller poinsettias, just a whole bunch there, just gorgeous. And then some random sort of holly images on here as well. And then on the back, we've got this stunning red and green pattern. And then we have more of a polka dot sort of red, a bit of a green with a bit of a very subtle stripe in there. Some more green, which is a beautiful background. And then you've got this one, which is kind of fun, and then just some red as well. So very traditional Christmas colors in this designer paper. So we are also making a very simple card, and oh gosh, I did find this on Pinterest, and I'll have to write down who I'd like to credit this design for. Very subtle monochromatic card, white on white. It looks very simple, I think very elegant. And this is that little bit of designer paper, that little bit that we're going to use. And this is actually cut out from the designer paper. So super simple, not much stamping at all other than your greeting. So I'll show you how we're going to put this together. So we have a piece of basic white, and I'm sorry for the shadows here. The lighting is not very good in here today. A piece of basic white as our base. Now we could probably do the card this way as well, but let's stick to this way, the landscape. Okay, so then I have another piece of basic white, and I don't know if you can tell, but I have embossed this with the wintry 3D embossing folders. Now what those look like is you get 2 in a package like this. So one of them is more snowflakes here and some sort of swirls, if you can see that under the camera. I hope you can. And then the one we're using on the card is this one, just with some spruce branches to it. Now, because this paper is larger than the embossing folder, what I did is I ran sort of half of it through and then I ran the other half through. And really you don't see much of a line, if any, from doing that. And we are going to have some images covering that as well. Okay, so we're going to attach this on top of our white base. Now, if you wanted to put a separate layer with a bit of color behind or in between the 2 white, you could definitely do that too. Maybe a beautiful evening evergreen or something. But I thought, let's just stick with this monochromatic theme because I thought it's really something with white on white. Just looks so clean and crisp and simple. Okay, so then what we're going to do is from the dies, I cut out a label and I cut out this one here. Now you're going to see it does have some holly leaves attached to it. So when it comes out looking like this. But I don't really need these holly leaves here. I mean, I guess I could leave them, but they're probably just going to get covered with our poinsettia here. So for the purposes of this card, like you could leave them on, but I think I'm just going to sort of snip these off, which is a shame, but I am. So we'll just sort of give that a little snippet there. And then we're going to stamp our greeting on here. So there are a couple of different greetings in the stamp set. My sample had Christmas wishes, but this time I think I'm going to go joy and peace, or you could go peace and joy. I just mounted those on a block. I've got joy and peace, and I'm going to do that in real red, just because we have a lot of real red going on in our paper, and with the white, I think it looks very beautiful. So we're just gonna stamp our joy and peace, and I'm gonna stamp it a little bit to the right, and I hope I get this fairly straight. Might be a little bit crooked, but that'll be fine. I could have gone a little bit lower, right? Didn't want to get my head in the camera there. Okay, so there's our joy and peace. So we are just going to attach this straight onto our base. Now you do have this very fine little border that cut out as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put adhesive on the larger bit, and then I'm going to take my Tombow and just to sort of tack this down, because I don't really want this little edge piece here to be flopping around too much. So I'm just going to put little bits of Tombow along the edge just to kind of tack it down so it's not flopping around and won't accidentally get torn. Okay, so let's put this on just straight as we can. That's pretty good. And Tombow lets you reposition a little bit if you're a little bit off. Okay, so it looks pretty boring right now, doesn't it? Just all this white. Okay, but this is where we're going to add a little bit of color. So I'm going to add a piece of ribbon. So this is our shimmer ribbon, our gold shimmer ribbon, 3/8 inch size. So I believe I cut about a 7-inch piece or so. And I'm going to fold that in half. I'll just sort of offset it. I'm just going to sort of see how this, yeah, I think that should fit fine on the card. So what I want to do here is I'm just going to give it a little press to make a little crease there. And then I'm going to just secure it with some, excuse me, some glue dots here on the fold. So I'm just going to put a glue dot like right on the inside, and then just sort of bend it in half and just sort of offset those ends so they're not together, okay? And then they can lie on the card kind of like that. Now we will also attach this with glue dots underneath, but I just want to sort of get placement before I tack this down. So this is the DSP I was talking about. So the piece it's actually from, I will just show you quickly, is from this piece of the designer paper. So it has the larger poinsettia and the smaller, or you've got just some single images as well. You can choose, or if you want to add more than one image, you can. But I just cut this one out. I just fussy cut it because we don't have a die, and it really didn't take very long, but it's got some beautiful, just the way it's been printed, it just looks beautiful, I think. So I cut that out, and then what I'm going to do is just sort of give this a little placement so I know where I want my ribbon, because I want a little bit to stick out the top and out of the bottom while still seeing our greeting. So I think that's going to work. So on the back of this ribbon, I'm just going to stick on a couple of glue dots. I'm not going to do it all the way down because our little designer paper piece is going to sort of hold this in place as well, because we're going to mount that on top. Oh, did I get one or lose it? That's the thing with these there. Okay, so I'm just going to put maybe one there, and one on the other strand of ribbon, like so. Okay, so then you can decide where you want this. So I'm going to just sort of lay it at an angle and be like so, because I do want that top to still peek through. Okay, and then when this goes on, I think will be good. So you can decide, do you want the large one at the top or at the bottom? I kind of like it like this. And of course, I'm going to tack this on with some dimensionals. I've got an old piece here where I'm just using up my edges because they are still usable. And then we will mount this, and this card comes together really fast. You know, other than the little fussy cutting, which might take, you know, like a couple of minutes, really not very long. It comes together really, really quickly. Okay, so I want to make sure this is on top of the ribbon, like so. And that will sort of tack down those pieces. If you want to trim these a little bit, you can, but I think I'm just going to leave it. And then last thing, for some extra bling, we're going to add some of our champagne rhinestones. You might also have some gold ones around that you would like to put on. But these look kind of goldish when they sparkle too. So I thought, oh, I had these handy and they were near. So I thought, let's just pull these out. You can put as few or as many as you want. I'm just going to go with 3 because I always like that odd number. And there you go. What a simple card. And it looks beautiful, I think. So you've got Christmas wishes and you've got joy and peace. So a great way to use the Leaves of Holly designer paper and the beautiful label dies that are in there as well. Okay, so I do have a host code for November, our last Monday in November. Can you believe it's going to be December in a few days? Oh my gosh. So host code for November, 2MSXYHTQ. You're welcome to use that at checkout on my website at christineludwig.stampinup.net. And you're also welcome to follow me on Facebook, Pinterest, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, all known as Christine Stamping Spot. And make sure you check out my website on December 1st, which is Thursday, because our lovely mini catalog is retiring January 4th, but the retired list is coming out with some great discounts on certain items from this mini. So if there's anything you've sort of been on the fence about or something you were just waiting to see if it goes on sale, check out the website on Thursday, December 1. That's when the retiring list will come out and you are able to order any of those retired items that you like. And just a word, just beware that they are only available while supplies last. Once they're gone, unfortunately, they're gone. All right, so I hope you enjoyed those projects today, and we will see you next time. Have a great week, everyone. Bye for now.